Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Melissa and I make videos all about healthy eating, all the spiritual stuff, all the self-care stuff, basically all the stuff that helps you become the best version of yourself. So a big part of becoming the best version of yourself is eating well and taking care of your physical and emotional body so you can connect to everything up there. So this video is kind of like very different. First, so I've been like YouTube MIA for like 2.5 months, so I feel like I have a lot of explaining to do. So I'm gonna explain where I've been, why I've been MIA, all that stuff, and then in part 2 I'm gonna talk about ways to get yourself back on track with your goals after kind of getting off track. So if you are new to my channel, if this is the first time you click on one of my videos, if you just don't care where I've been, you can skip to the second part where I talk about getting back on track with your goals. I'm gonna put chapters to make that easy to do. So without further ado, let's start with the first part. So where have I been? Okay, so if you know a little bit about astrology, or maybe you know a little bit about astrology but you haven't heard about this, at age 28 you have your Saturn return. It's not necessarily at age 28, like it could be before that or a little bit after that. Mine fell like a few months after my 28th birthday. So mine started in April, and honestly in April a lot started to change in my life. Like I did my first raw vegan cleanse in March, I believe, and I started to connect more with who I truly was in March. But by April, so your Saturn return, just to go back a little bit, it's basically a time in your life where everything falls apart. But it falls apart, everything you don't need for your purpose, for your life's path, everything you don't need falls apart, and then the things you do need fall together. So, sorry, I'm just looking at what my dog's doing. Okay. Okay, so for me, everything started kind of falling apart in April, and I felt like the universe was testing me. So I started to fall back into old habits. Like, I started to spend less time on my self-care. I started to spend more time doing things that I didn't really enjoy anymore, like just like chilling all the time, and you know, like I wasn't taking care of myself anymore. I was still eating pretty healthy, but I wasn't like meditating as much. Like I went from meditating every morning to like once a week, once every 2 weeks. I started to like sneak back in some healthy foods, like half. And yeah, so, but your Saturn return, it's like a time where, like I said, everything gets really messy, and everything got really messy for me. And then at the end of your Saturn return, you really tend to find out who you truly are. A lot of astrologers say you shouldn't even date during your Saturn return. If you want before your Saturn return, they say you shouldn't date before your Saturn return, because you don't even really know who you are until you have that period of like destruction, where after that you could like rise from the ashes and really know who you are and feel amazing again. So yeah, that's kind of like where I was emotionally. And then I didn't, like, there was a few times I made a YouTube video and then I didn't post it. I think like part of me didn't want it to feel inauthentic, because I was still doing a lot of healthy things, but I felt a little like chaotic inside, and I didn't want to put that chaos onto others. Like whenever I make these videos, we're exchanging energy. I'm giving you my energy, and I never want to give energy and in a time where I don't feel like in a time where maybe I might bring someone else down. Like I didn't feel down, it was just chaotic, and I didn't want to share that chaotic energy with others. It's the same, like I'm a yoga teacher, and before I teach any class, I make sure to get all of anything chaotic out of my energy field, because again, that's how you could you know, give someone that chaotic energy instead of giving them that peace. So when you teach yoga, if you feel peace, the practitioner will feel peace as well. Like you're giving your energy and the practitioner is absorbing it. So it's very similar. Like I see my YouTube videos in a very similar way. So that's kind of where I've been. Yeah, but I'm back. I feel better. I honestly started feeling better like a month ago, but I needed that month to really like go inwards and, you know, like make sure that everything was super, like, I don't know, make sure I felt more centered, and like make sure I had a bit more clarity about what I want. Okay, so we're at part 2 now. So I fell a little bit off track from my goals. So I wasn't meditating every day. I wasn't making my YouTube videos that I love making. I was eating healthy, but it wasn't too great. I wasn't like focusing on the yoga part of my life as much. I was doing yoga, but it was just everything I love was getting less attention. So 3 ways to get back on track with your goals. The first one is declutter your space. So I don't know if this is like a popular opinion. I think other people have this opinion. When your space is very cluttered and you're holding on to a lot of things that, you know, you don't need anymore, if there's random things around you on your coffee table, like just around you that you don't use anymore, that clutters your energy and it doesn't allow for the energy around you to move in a free-flowing way. So declutter your space, organize your drawers, open your drawers, take everything out, throw out the things you don't need, and then put everything back neatly. Know which items you have so that you can utilize them. Yeah, so far I've organized like all my drawers, I organized my kitchen, I organized my dresser. All I've left is my hallway closet and my bedroom closet. Yeah, so those are the 2 things I have to do. Hopefully I'm gonna do them today. But yeah, I'm gonna do them very soon. So that's number 1, like declutter your space. Your mind will feel more clear when everything around you is more clear. So number 2, write down your intentions and read them every single day. So writing down your intentions is a way of manifesting. Manifesting is so powerful. If you like read up on like billionaires and stuff and like things they said helped them get to where they are, helped make their visions come true, they manifested. They saw their future and they saw it in a way, like they saw that reality as 1,000,000% going to happen. So that's how you manifest. When you manifest, you don't write, I will start working out. You write, I am working out. So I like to manifest on new moons. So you can Google when a new moon is and when a full moon is. I like to manifest on a new moon, and then on a full moon, I like to write down the things I want to let go of, and then look at that list, sit with it, breathe in what I want, exhale what I don't want, because you know, energy, it doesn't disappear. It merely changes form. It's something I say in almost every yoga class I teach. You have to breathe in what you want, positivity, love, confidence, and you have to exhale what you don't want. Replace, so like negativity, self-doubt, all that stuff. You have to replace that negative energy you're holding on to, that stagnant energy inside you that no longer serves you. You have to get rid of it and then replace it with the good. So that's actually how you alchemize your pain. It's how you alchemize what you've gone through. It's how you turn the stagnant energy that's holding you down into your power. So yeah, I'm a little bit off track. So I'm gonna get back on track. So what I did actually today to manifest is, so it's not a new moon, it's actually the Lion's Gate. So the Lion's Gate falls on August 8th of every year, and the Lion's Gate is open until the 12th. So I'm gonna post this video tonight, so there'll still be a couple days until August 12th where you can actually do this too. And if you watch this video after August 12th, just wait for a new moon. You could do it a few days before the new moon. Wait for a new moon and you could do the exact same thing on the new moon. So I wrote down my Lionsgate manifestation. So the way I write them is not, so for example, the first one is I am following my soul's purpose, living in alignment with all that is meant for me. I didn't write I want to follow my soul's purpose. I didn't write I want to live in alignment with what's meant for me. I wrote I am following my soul's purpose. I am living in alignment with what's meant for me. I am working out. I am jogging or being physically active in some way every single day. So I didn't write I want to be physically active. I wrote I am. That's how you manifest. So, you know, when like whatever word you want to use, God, source, the universe, if you tell the universe, if you say it out loud, I am abundant, the universe doesn't know the difference. It just heard I am abundant, and then it'll help you get that abundance. It might sound like a little weird the first time you hear it, but successful people like follow this, and honestly try it and then see how many of these things end up coming true, like just by writing them down. And then after I write it down, I leave it on my table, I leave it on my coffee table, and I read it every day. Every morning I read it. I start my day by reading like this beautiful positive stuff. On my coffee table, I put some crystals on it. So I put a clear quartz. And then I put like these 3 crystals just because they make me feel very loved. These 3 crystals, one of my yoga students who like became a friend because I just have so much love for her, gave them to me. And I just felt so loved when she like brought me crystals. I was like, and it was like during, you know, like the row time, where, you know, like no one was working, and I was like, oh my god, you went and got me crystals. Like I was just like, I was very touched, and these crystals always make me feel loved. So I just place these crystals on my manifestations. I always do it every time I manifest because I feel like there's so much love in them. Yeah, okay. So that's number 2. It was the manifestation. And then the third way I get back on track with my goals is self-care. So to chase your goals, to get that yang energy, to get that prana in your belly that's gonna help you propel forward and, you know, attain everything you want to attain, that needs to come, that you need energy to do all that. And the way I recharge, the way I get energy is, yes, eating nutritious and energizing high vibrational foods. So yeah, that's kind of a number 4, is eating good food, healthy food, high vibrational food. But yeah, number 3 is self-care. So taking that day with no cell phone, to just completely go inwards. Self-care can look different. So for example, like what I did to have a really like self-care day was last Wednesday. So like a week ago, I went to the spa. I had no cell phone. I was there all day. And honestly, I always wonder if I should talk about this on YouTube, but here and there on my self-care days, I'll do a little microdose of psilocybin. So it's just like a 0.1 of mushroom, and I take like a 0.4, and I'll go inwards, and I'll just close my eyes, and I'll just let messages come to me from source, from my higher self, or my angels, from wherever they need to come. Okay, whoops, my dog heard something in the hallway and she went to go bark, so I had to pause the recording and restart it. Okay, yeah, so on my self-care day, I don't know where I stopped, so I'm just gonna like rewind a bit and then cut it and whatever. So yeah, on my self-care day, I went to a spa, like one of those places outdoor with the baths and the saunas and the hammocks and the trees and the peaceful music, and I took that little microdose, And I just sat in the hammock and I let, you know, my higher self, my angels, God, whatever, the universe speak to me and kind of tell me like where I needed to be, what I should do next, you know, like to attain my goals. What are my goals? I really sat there and I just let the messages arrive. And it was so peaceful, so amazing. And, you know, as soon as the next day came, I was like a million times more ready to take action and get back on track and do the things I was doing that were helping me be my best self. Yeah, so like self-care can look different for everyone. Like maybe it's the same as me where you're at a spa and you know what I mean, you're de-stressing that way. Maybe your self-care is lying down in the grass outside. Maybe it's going on a nature hike. Maybe it's sitting in your home, turning your phone off, leaving it somewhere in a drawer and, you know, like playing singing bowls, or just lie down and just breathe and have some peaceful music playing. Maybe it's going to a yoga class. Whatever self-care looks like for you, do that, whatever it is. But so there's different kinds of self-care. There's, you know, talking self-care, but the one I'm talking about is the one where you're kind of in a meditative state, where you're not thinking, where you're kind of in a place of like nothingness, where, you know, you're not letting your mind wander, but things are just coming to you. So, you know, like kind of meditating for the whole day. I really recommend learning how to meditate. I think a really good way to learn how to meditate, just like sidetracking, is so two things: either guided meditations. I really like the Hay House app for that. So Louise Hay, I like her meditations on that app. I'll link the app if I can. I'll see if I can. If not, I'll just write the app name. So yeah, either the guided meditations, or you can put on like a 10-minute instrumental song, maybe just like some binaural frequencies in the song, 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute, however long you want to meditate. Put some earphones in, close your eyes, breathe, and you don't open your eyes until the song's done. And during that time, let's say you feel like, oh, thoughts are coming in, I'm not meditating anymore. You don't worry about it. You let it just flutter by like a butterfly, your thoughts. You let it go and you say, I'll revisit this later. Yeah, and you just try to gain that peace that comes from mindfulness, that comes from not thinking of anything. Yeah, so those are my tips for getting back on track after you have lost sight of your goals for a little bit, or that you just haven't been working on them for a little bit. Yeah, so this video was a little bit all over the place. I think it was meant to be a little all over the place because I went MIA, so I wanted to like explain why, and then I wanted to talk about what I'm gonna do to get back on track, but also like what I think anyone can do to get back on track with their goals. If there's any part of anything I've said in this video that you want to know more about, please write it down in the comments and I will make a whole video dedicated to that topic. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm trying to think if like there was anything else I want to say. I don't think so. Okay, so I love you guys. If you're new to my channel and you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe. You can click here or here. I always forget which side it's on, so it's either here or here. There's a button with like a little YouTube symbol and you can click it and click subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. And yeah, I love you guys and I'm happy to be back.